Greetings. This is Sebastian, King of Kings. And I had this idea where I basically want to explain any topics you have for me or any questions as well. So how this is going to work is I need you to leave in the comments anything you got for me, right? And in a future video, I may or may not get to it. I may or may not make another one of these ever, but we'll see. Now to start off, since I don't have any comments with which to get a question from, I'm just gonna probably answer this thing I've been debating about recently in my head, which is worse, France or England? Because they're both cringe, but which is more cringe? Let's start out with the positives though, of each side, and just go from there, I guess. So France, right? Napoleon. That was super cool. Are you kidding me? Napoleon is one of the coolest people in all of history, all right? I don't even need to argue. I don't want to hear nothing. No opinions, all right? Because there isn't. He was cool, all right? Conquered nearly all of Europe. Probably would have if Russia wasn't experiencing one of the two coldest winters it had ever had in its history when he decided to invade. And Britain wasn't being cringe, as we'll get to later, and resisting him. But that's crazy. France is crazy. It's cool. And I think that's something that we got to keep in mind here, right? Because France, we'll get to it, but France, I think, is the country where actually has the most military victories ever. And that's something that's very impressive, I have to say. And it's something that really puts them a few leagues above Britain. Moving on to Britain, though, they were cool in their own right, you know? The British Empire, that was insane. They had the British Raj, the dominions of South Africa, Canada, Australia, New Zealand. They had Hong Kong, Jamaica, a lot of other Caribbean islands, and in the Pacific too. They had Gibraltar. Let's not forget the Falklands, but we're not going to talk about that right now. They had even some land in Mexico and otherwise. That is super cool, right? The British Empire was super cool. And it was one of the most successful in all of history. And that's something that's very impressive, I have to argue. The British Navy ruled Britannia. Queen Victoria, she was one who defined that entire era. They named it after her. That's super cool. Now let's move on to the cringe, the bad, the not so good, the icky even. France. World War II, I don't even need to say anything more than that. Their pathetic display during World War II has left them with the reputation of being the white flag wearing cowards that we all know them for today. All right, it doesn't matter, France, that they won the most wars in history. It doesn't even matter that they won World War I. All right, the fact that they lost that war so quickly and so easily has left them with this embarrassing taste in everyone's mouth. And not just that, but I mean, come on, France, they speak a weird language that's cringe. All right, they eat frogs. That's cringe. They say ha ha ha. That's cringe. They eat snails. Snails are actually pretty tasty, but regardless, the point being that there's a lot to France that is quite cringe, and why I, for one, don't like it. Moving on to England, though, all I have to say to that is, give me the Falklands. Give me back my Falklands. Give me back my Falklands right now, England. Give me the Falklands. I want them back. We all want them back. They're not yours. They're not yours to keep. Give me back my Falklands right now. Look, I'm sorry. I'll calm down. I'll eat some banana. I'll feel a lot better, okay? But there's a lot more than just the Falklands that England is weird for. Like, what is it? Oh, the food? They eat, like, fish and chips, beans on toast. Like, okay, you conquer the entire world, right? You have all those spices at your disposal. Cinnamon, cloves, ginger, whatever else, right? And the best thing you can think to put on your toast is beans? What? All right, but even besides that, they also talk funny. Like, it's Tuesday, isn't it? Like, what a ridiculous accent. What else is there? Oh, they call soccer football. That's not football. Football is me throwing the pigskin around with my son on a Saturday morning. All right? Football is getting the whole family together to eat the grossest food imaginable
like chicken wings and pizza and all that other myriad of things, chips, right? And watching a bunch of people run into each other for fun, all right? That's football, okay? To put a cap on this whole topic, I think emotionally, I'm just gonna say that England is more cringe. Like, France is not far behind, just so we're clear, all right? It's basically neck and neck. But England probably just ever so slightly beats them in being worse. So yeah, that's the answer to that question. It's not an opinion, all right? What I'm saying is fact, because I'm Sebastian, keeper of all knowledge. I know everything, all right? And I'm gonna prove that by answering all of your questions or explaining whatever topics you want me to do next time, if there even is a next time. Maybe there never will be. Maybe this is the only thing I will ever be known for, is saying that England is worse than France, which is probably the most lukewarm take in the history of the internet ever. But you know what? That's just a theory. A Seb theory. Thanks for watching.